So welcome everybody again to this Equinox ceremony. I'm very happy to have all of you here. And I just think this is a really important time for us to be tuned in and to be aligned and try to stay grounded, because there's several aspects that are astrologically happening right now that I won't go into, but that indicate that we're still in for a bit of a ride through this month and the end of next month even. So just a reminder that it's a good time to really stay aligned and tuned in, and that one of the aspects indicates that it's very easy for us now to connect to our higher intuition, and that the great ones are available to us to connect with. So a good time to spend some time in meditation and just indicate your willingness to be open to that intuitive wisdom that we all hold, that's very, very approachable and available right now. So one of the most important things that I think we must learn as our world is in so much turmoil is how we deal with change. And as the Buddhists are famous for saying, everything changes. But what's our reaction to all this change? Is anyone having a difficult time maintaining their equilibrium during this time of crisis in our world? I can't imagine that anybody is not having a difficult, challenging time. So as you probably know, Libra is the sign of equilibrium, balance, right relationship, and the sun just entered the sign of Libra today. So I think it's important that we honor these changes that are occurring, and that we look for the healing power that can help us stand steady. In the Native American tradition, change was honored. It was accepted and greeted with a sense of it being a sacred time. Often there would be a totem or a sacred object given to the person that was about to experience change, to let he or she know that they were supported. Changing Woman was the sacred deity that was invoked to assist one in this change. So when we give meaning and purpose and support to whatever is happening, we facilitate the changing process, and transformation becomes possible. What if we looked at all the changes happening in our world as the birth pangs of a new world order that is emerging? How would that affect the way you see the crises that we are experiencing? I know we've talked a lot about this in the past, but I think it's always a good reminder to help us remember that there's a larger picture at work here. And what we are doing right now is seeing the destruction of the old structures and preparing the way for the new. But along with the outer changes that are happening in the world, the natural world is also readying itself for a change. Tonight we're celebrating the fall equinox, and I believe that one of the ways we can honor this changing of the seasons is through ceremony and ritual. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, and we will begin by lighting 2 candles. A balance of night and day, a balance of light and dark. Tonight we seek balance in our lives as it is found in the universe. The first candle is for darkness and pain and the things that I can eliminate from my life. The second candle is a candle for the light and for joy and all the abundance that we wish to bring forth. At this time of the equinox, there's harmony and balance in the universe, and so shall there be in our lives. ancient people of nearly every race and culture have celebrated the solstice and equinox cycles as a time of extreme importance in the spiritual realms and within humanity. And we can see this in the thousands of ancient sites, the mythology, and the ancient sacred texts. We also know that many famous spiritual figures of the world, such as Master Jesus, Osiris, Quetzalcoatl, experienced major events in their lives at these times. So it's a great opportunity for us to be open and receptive to the energies coming to us from the equinox planets, Libra, and its opposite sign, Aries. Some of these ancient traditions were simple and mostly based on an appreciation of the natural world, but many traditions celebrated the profound and universal spiritual significance of these special times of the year. Many ancient people knew that the natural world and its cycles contained the principles of creation, and that these principles are spiritual in nature. So when we align with the cycles of nature, we are empowered and grounded and strengthened. The natural world is now enjoying the bounty and abundance of the summer months. Crops have been extracted from the earth, and it's a time of being grateful for the sustenance that these foods will provide. Preparations begin for preserving what needs to be stored for the coming winter months, and blessings are given for the past and how it has served the needs of the community. But there is recognition that a time is now to move into a new cycle. In our ritual tonight, we will be looking at our own lives and examining the last 6 months to see what lessons we have learned and what needs to be let go of, and what we wish to bring forth into this new cycle that will sustain us in the coming months. I've told this story many times before, but I think it's important to share, so I'm going to share it again. In the past, when I've done rituals around letting go, they've tended to be quite violent. Sometimes I would write things down and then burn the paper, or I would cut up the paper with scissors and then bury them in the ground in an attempt to get rid of whatever I was trying to let go of. Just get rid of it. But lately, I have felt gentler with the unfinished parts of myself. And that's how I tend to look at them, as the unfinished parts of myself. Instead of wishing them to go away, all those parts of myself that I don't like, I've been practicing holding them in compassion. I envision this huge heart that can hold everything, all my yucky habits, my negativity, my fears, my judgments, my anger, my pride, my insecurities and anxieties, as well as all the parts of myself that I do like. I practice saying to myself, this is just what it means to be human. We are a mix, a stew of this and that, some great and some not so great ingredients. But this cauldron, this huge heart, can hold it all. It's about acceptance. Can I accept every part of me with gentleness, tenderness, and loving compassion? Can I just create a space for it in my heart and hold it there lovingly? Once we hold it within with love, we release all that tightness and constriction that we have used to try to push it away. And then all that sacred energy is made available to us. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So, of course, I'd like to start with a poem. Many of you will be familiar with this poem because I've read it a lot and I've used it a lot in my own life. So I'll share it again with you. It's called She Let Go. She let go. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of fear. She let go of judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions that were swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry. She just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. That would be me. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all of the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her daytimer. She made no public announcement. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she could let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. Can we do that? Can we just let it all be? Not easy, I know. So now we're going to go into our ritual part and our meditation. Let's begin by closing our eyes and going inward. Noticing the breath, begin to breathe slowly and rhythmically. Let this life breath help you come home into the body, to settle, to relax. Breathe into the emotional body now and allow the breath to bring a sense of calm and quietness. Next, send your breath to your mind and ask that the mind become still for these few minutes. Finally, feeling the physical body relaxed and the emotional and mental bodies aligned, send your aspiration upward to connect with your soul. Now ask your soul to illumine your mind and give you insight into the last 6 months. Gently go over this time in your mind and see if you can discern what it is that is ready to be let go of. What can you release that will allow you to enter this new cycle without so many obstacles? And when you have clarity about some of those, write them down on your first piece of paper. I'll give you a few minutes to do this, so take your time. Let's give it 2 more minutes. On your second piece of paper now, tune into yourself and ask, what are the gifts that I have received over this last 6 months? What strengths or insights can I take with me to carry me through the dark nights of winter? Now I'd like to ask you to gently hold your bowl with water. This bowl symbolizes the cauldron that is your heart, and it's filled with the cleansing water of purification. So now we add rose petals for healing and transformation. and lavender oil for blessing and soothing. And even if you don't have lavender oil or rose petals, you can just imaginatively place them in there. And through your intention, the energy will still go into the water. Now take the first sheet of paper that has on it what you are willing to let go of and put it in the sacred water. Make sure it's immersed fully. I'd like to quote Hafiz. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. So, with our hearts open to a love like that, let us bless these words in our sacred bowl with a song. And I invite you to just sit back, put your bowl down, and let these words just seep into your body. Right, where's my...
I deeply you're connected to my soul.
So now, my friends, all of these words that we've put into our cauldron have been blessed by this song, and with the water, rose, essence, and lavender. So now I will ask each of you to hold up your bowl, dip your hand or your fingers into this sacred water, and bless yourself with it. Receive the blessing of your own transformed energies. And while you're doing that, I'm going to play another song called Love Streaming. So I want you to go ahead and bless yourself. And when you're done with that, just lean back and imagine this love streaming into your heart. Your energies have now been transformed, and you can open yourself to receive all of this love. So let us sit in the stillness for just 3 or 4 minutes. And I want you to just notice your body and how it feels, having let go of as much as you could, and reaffirm all the strength that you have to go forward. And notice how the heart feels, filled with that love that just flowed in from the beautiful music. So we'll just be in the stillness for 3 or 4 minutes. So please bring yourselves gently back. So I would invite you for these next week or so to keep your bowl in a place where you can be reminded of what you've let go of. And when you feel like you need the strength or the resilience that can remind you of who you are, take a moment and just dip your hand in that water and bless yourself again. And remember that you're blessing yourself with those energies that have been transformed. So it's another way to sort of keep that intention of letting go and welcoming the new. So that would be one thing. And then I'd like to also ask you to take the words that you've written down that describe your gifts or strengths or insights that you've received for the last 6 months and carry it close to you during these next winter months, or put it somewhere on your altar or around your house where you can be reminded of how strong you are. And let those words support and hold you and nurture you during these coming days. And if possible, see if you can locate among your sacred things a talisman, or object that can become your symbol for changing woman. If you put that on your altar, it can remind you of how you are supported during these times of great change. Also, to honor the changing of the seasons, I always draw a tarot card, or you can use any kind of divination tool that you might have. But if you sit with this in meditation with the intention to be in alignment with nature and her cycles, and then draw a card that might help you understand what the next cycle might be about for you. So that's another thing you can do. And I'd like to close with this chant that honors changing woman. I usually sing and drum this, but I don't think it carries very well over Zoom, so I'm just going to read it to you. There's a woman who weaves the night sky. See how she spins, see her fingers fly. She stands beside us from beginning to end. She is our mother, our lover, and friend, our grandmother, sister, and friend. She is the weaver, and we are the web. She is the needle, and we are the thread. She is the weaver, and we are the web. She is the needle, and we are the thread. She changes everything she touches, and everything she touches changes. She changes everything she touches, and everything she touches changes. Changing woman, holy woman, sacred woman, healing woman. Everything she touches changes. So, my friends, if you want to put your pictures back on and unmute yourselves, this is actually the end of the ritual, but we can hang around for a few minutes if you want to. If you have any questions or comments, or so happy that you all came. So happy that I decided to do it. I was pondering it, and I was sitting in meditation, and I just kept putting up there, Equinox, yes or no, and it just kept coming back, yes, 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 even if only 2 people show up, that's fine. So, anyway, thank you all for coming.